We have a returning pulse rifle as a world drop, and I have what I believe is the most important role for it. It's the one I want to showcase, and when you see this pulse drop, the Legal Action 2, you might be asking yourself, I know I did, why would I use this over, let's say, Messenger or some other high-impact legendaries? Truth is, there is straight stiff competition in the high-impact class when it comes to legendaries. Messenger really is the bar in players' minds. But with that being said, Legal Action does have very special qualities that you need to consider. If you're a pulse user, any pulse is worth picking up. Legal Action 2 is no exception. This is a great pulse rifle, let's get that right. Don't sleep on Legal Action. There's a special perk combination, and the base weapon blows all other high impacts out of the water. And I'm not here to try to convince you that this is better than, let's say, Messenger. I'm here to show you what it brings to the table. You can take that information and make a decision. And I found a couple places where this pulse shines, and one of them I plan on maining. Before I talk about my role, I do want to talk about those base stats. Out of the box, it's ready to go. The first thing, and I really want you to think about this, really think about it, it has that base 2.2 times zoom. That is more than most weapons in the game. It's less than Servant Leader, but it's more than all other base scouts, pulses, all of them. It's around the same zoom level as if you were to put a long range scope on, let's say, Last Perdition. It's out there, but not too out there. The sight is open, it is clean, it's a Hawk 3 burst high impact. Just with this sight and its base range of 66, it hits damage drop off at 45 meters. 45, nothing added. Something like Messenger Adept, I mean, mine shown here is 95 range, but let's say it was 100, it can hit 100 range. 1.8 times zoom, and to get that 100 range on Messenger, you need all range perks, full bore, ricochet, range masterwork, or a combination of them, and that's only going to get you to 96. Then you need Adept Icarus or Adept range to hit that 100 mark, and when you do, Messenger with 100 range sits at 41.5 meters. That is everything going into the range stat for the gun, the barrel, the mag, the masterwork, the Adept mod, and out of the box, Legal Action's at 45 with nothing done to it. In base versus base range, Messenger's at 37, Legal's at 45, 8 out of the gate. And as far as the range band for Legal Action, 45 to 50. Now 50 meters is the max range perks with full bore. Do you need to go that far? I don't think so, but you can. So when it comes to your barrels and mag, you can go really hard into stability, polygonal barrel, and even going with steady rounds, that actually reduces your range stat. It would make the fall off at 44 meters. And that's with no range perks added, even reducing your range, but adding stability, it still has 3 more meters than a max range 100 Messenger. And that's how important that zoom is, and it isn't hard to duel with at all. The scope is clean, and shots in close to mid range aren't bad at all. It also has, just like Messenger, a 70 recoil direction. Perfect. You want that to end in 0 or 5, and 5 is going to be on the curve, meaning you're going to be vertical with your recoil. So out of the gate, if you land Arrowhead, that's plus 30 and plus 9 handling. That is the best barrel for it because you have 100 perfect recoil direction. You're going to help your aim down sight stow, equip speed. It's perfect. If you add on extended, chambered, those are other recoil direction barrels that give plus 10, it's going to bring it from 70 to 80. So unless you get Arrowhead break, you do want to put a counterbalance mod on Legal Action. That's going to make it end in 5 on the curve. The base 70 would go to 85, and if you have, let's say, chambered or extended, it'll go from 80 to 95. I would stay away from full bore. It isn't worth it, because no matter what, you're outranging everything. For the magazine, steady rounds first. Even with the range penalty, getting a perfect burst up and down and making that burst being stable is key. And again, you're still going to outrange everything. You're in scout rifle range. After that, really any magazine that you want, really. The main thing with that barrel and mag, again, the pulse, it's ready to go out of the box. The only thing that matters is if Arrowhead break falls. If it does, go with whatever. If you don't get Arrowhead, put on a counterbalance, and it's ready to go. Now, when it comes to the perks, this is that main role, God role to go for, in my opinion, heating up Rampage. If you've been watching my videos, every single time that this perk combination comes up, what do I say? It is one of my favorite perk combinations of the game, and it's one of the best. PvE or PvP, because it's seamless, it feels great. And did you know, Legal Action is the only high impact pulse in the game to have this perk combo. No other pulse has this in the high impact category. And here's why that's important to me. These two perks are peanut butter and jelly. Once you get a kill, both are gonna proc, Rampage times 1, heating up times 1. Now Rampage has those damage stacks times 1, 2, and 3, so 10, 21, then 33% more. Heating up, here's what it does to Legal Action. Times 1, 15% accuracy, plus 15 stability, 20 recoil direction. Times 2, 30% accuracy, plus 30 stability, 40 recoil direction. Accuracy is a very important hidden stat. The more accuracy you have, the better the weapon feels and performs with crits. It gifts headshots. And when you start tying it into the stats, The base stability is at 53, so times 1 stability goes to 68, times 2 to 88. Recoil direction's at 70, times 1's 90, times 2's over 100. There's a way here that if you have a counterbalance mod and some stability perks, when you are at times 3 rampage, times 2 heating up, plus 30 accuracy, 100 stability, 100 recoil direction, it is perfect. So like in PvP, this right here, it's beautiful. I 2-burst the first enemy. This other enemy is every bit of 45 plus meters away. I have heating up times 1 with the stability, the accuracy bonus, and then rampage, that damage is helping with the range fall off for another 2-burst. It's a great feeling pulse rifle. And with these pulses, you have to think about the first kill. No doubt Messenger Desperado, Messenger kill clip, it is brutal in 6v6. Now in 3v3, people call that out. It's very lethal if you get it going. But the range that you have with this, the 2-burst potential, the 0.67 with that 2-burst, and it has perfect recoil direction, it's no slouch. It's very good in a completely different way than these other pulses like Messenger. And this combination is one that I've been looking for in PvE. On this archetype, this is probably going to be my main champion pulse now. Straight up. It's what I've been searching for. This is the one, I call it Neo. Because the artifact always seems to have pulse rifles for champions. Season 15 here has Unstoppable Pulse. I can use this in missions, raids, GM Nightfalls, and I have a stun on me for Unstoppable. I have a ton of distance and the smooth heating up rampage. It is perfect. It is light years better than Desperado Messenger, light years than Killclip Messenger. And honestly, Messenger isn't too good in PvE when it comes to using it in those GMs or to champion stun and just overall ad clear. It's passable. Legal Action might be the best high impact pulse for PvE. There's a ton of range, it's highly accurate, and has damage perks. For the perk combinations, in the first node we have Heating Up, Surplus, Feeding Frenzy, Underdog, Moving Target, Killing Wind. In the second one we have Adrenaline Junkie, Wellspring, Osmosis, Frenzy, Rampage, Thresh. I do believe pound for pound, Heating Up Rampage is the top roll. Put on some reloaders and go. But you can also pair Moving Target, Surplus, or Killing Wind with Rampage, possibly Feeding Frenzy for PvE. And a quick note about 2 perks, if you do want Osmosis, do that for a build. But there are 77 weapons in the game that have Thresh. Getting kills gives you some super energy. There are only 9 kinetic weapons that have Thresh in the game. Legal Action's one of the 9. So if you do want to go Thresh, it's not a bad option. Other perk combinations, again, you can't go wrong with Surplus, Rampage, Wellspring, or Frenzy. And to me, the perk combos are fairly simple, because in that right node, Adrenaline Junkie, it's off the table, it's out. Osmosis and Thresh are build specific, so that's going to leave you with Rampage, Wellspring, or Frenzy, all good. And the first column pairings all work well with those. Surplus, Killing Wind, Moving Target, Heating Up, Feeding Frenzy. There's no real wrong perk combination here. If you get like Underdog or Adrenaline Junkie, like rip to you, I am so sorry. That's probably the worst thing that could happen. More often than not, you're gonna have a pretty usable roll. Remember, it's a world drop and it's gonna drop randomly. And when they do, look at them. I would stay away of having that mindset, oh, Messenger just crushes it. It doesn't. Messenger does not crush it. Messenger has very high kill potential after a kill. And Legal Action has 10 meters on it most of the time. It's got a true shot with its base recoil, adding on a counterbalance mod or arrowhead. It has great stability, great zoom. If you do get a Legal Action, set it up with how we talked about to shoot straight and try it. You will immediately feel its range. It outclasses all of them. And to me personally, I believe it's going to be my main PvE Pulse Champion workhorse. There's so much to like here. But for you, you need to be the judge. You need to get one in your hands and see what it's all about. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. If you're looking for a new controller, I am partnered with Scuff Gaming. Use the link down below and my code COOL at checkout for a discount. Let's talk about Legal Action. It is very low key right now, but it brings a lot to the table and it does everything right. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.